Okay, beautiful Friday morning. It feels good to be here on a special day like this. Fantastic people. Thank you very much for joining us. It is the second day in the month of April, year 2021. Welcome on board Sports Bang Friday edition. My name is Tunde Olawuwo, and of course to our Christian folks, we say Happy Easter Friday. Good Friday. Happy Good Friday. Wish you, I hope that we'll observe this day, and give it the kind of the solemnness that it deserves. But for us on Sports Bang this morning, we have a whole lot lined up for your listening pleasure. The most important, sporting stories out there, creative juices are flowing this morning. You will get them, on the Integrity Station. And of course, your all important feedback is quite important to us. Make sure to stream us live on our Facebook fan page at Splash 105.5 FM on Facebook. And this morning, we have something very special posted for you on Twitter. That is our Friday teasers. If you're one of the regular listeners, we do this every Friday. Winning edition of Sports Bang on Friday. I am a former teammate of Shin Long. You know about Shin Long? Well, let me not say too much so that I don't give a clue. And I have one English FA Cup winners medal. I also have 165 caps for my country. Who am I? Let me take that again. I'm a former teammate of Shin Long, and I have one English FA Cup winners medal. I also have 165 caps for my country. Who am I? Let's have this latest by 7:45 this morning. Don't forget to include the hashtag SportBang, hashtag Winning Friday. It gives you an opportunity to be recharged this morning. Well, we're going to get going, starting from the world of tennis today, where we have this U.S. Open champion Dominic Thiem said is not yet fully fit and has decided to skip this month's Monte Carlo Masters 1,000 event. The world number 4 has not played since making an early exit at the ATP 500 event in Dubai last month, but targeted the European clay court season to return after struggling with a foot problem. Thiem said he will be practicing on clay at home in Austria during the Monte Carlo event as he concentrates on his fitness ahead of the French Open, which begins on the 17th of May, that is next month. And straight into the Miami Open, a quick roundup. It was a bizarre and error-strewn end to the Miami Open quarterfinal as Poland Hubert Hurkacz came from a set and a breakdown to beat second seed Stefanos Tsitsipas 2-6, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. The Greek exacerbated his problems with a role with the chair umpire. Hurkacz will face Andrew Rublev in the semi-finals after the Russian accounted for the exit of Sebastian Coates with a 7-5, 7-6 victory. And straight to basketball, Victor Oladipo finally made his Miami debut, and the 8 ensured it was a memorable one. Jimmy Butler scored 22 points, Duncan Robinson scored 21 points, and the 8 held of the Golden State Warriors 116-109 on Thursday night to win their third straight outing and move back over the 500 mark at 25-24. We give you 4 other results from the NBA games. LA Clippers lost to Denver Nuggets 94-101. Brooklyn Nets defeated Charlotte Hornets 111-89. Detroit Pistons also defeated Washington Wizards 120-91. San Antonio Spurs narrowly lost against Atlanta Hawks. And back to football. This time around, the Super Eagles of Nigeria's head coach Gerotro has suggested that there will be no newly invited players when the team begins the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers in June. The Franco-German tactician led Nigeria to qualify for 2021 AFCON with 2 games to spare and made COVID-induced invitations to 3 new players. That is John Noble, Anayo Iwala, and Adekunle Adeleke ahead of the recent games against Benin Republic and Lesotho. However, Rod looks set to work only with players in the current Super Eagles squad. Very soon, sometimes in the month of June, we'll get to find out who our opponent will be as we head to the AFCON next January. At this point, I should bring on board my friends. I've got Faith Adedeji and Ayobami Animashaun. Today's date is what again? 2nd of April 2021. I know you always come prepared with something. Faith, it's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, always a pleasure to be here as well. Good morning, Tunde. Well, good morning, Ayobami, and of course to our revered listeners. So you already started on a banging note on Sports Bank this morning, and it's another wonderful Friday morning. And quickly, today being the 2nd of April, last week it was more like I generated a little bit of controversy as regards the legendary status of someone. Some people probably, if they had the chance, would have gone physical on me. But then today is the 55th birthday of another legend, maybe a Premier League legend. You call him Teddy Sheringham. Manchester United fans will remember a lot about him, especially the 1999 Champions League finals, where he scored and assisted. Within about 3 minutes for Manchester United to stage that wonderful comeback against Bayern Munich. Maybe some will argue that he's also a Spurs legend, or he's more of a Spurs legend because the longevity, he played more at Tottenham Hotspur than he played at Manchester United. So maybe you also look at it in that regard.
You know the way it works. Even if you play 1 season or 2 seasons at Manchester United, they have a way of conferring legendary status on you as a player. Like a certain RVP.
He played 4 seasons.
Because Arsenal fans won't accept RVP as an Arsenal legend. And he's a legendary player.
Yeah, obviously.
So he's got to be tagged a Man U legend.
Yes, he played 4 seasons, won 3 Premier League titles, but he also won the
That's Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah, Teddy Sheringham. I'm not talking about RVP now.
I just chipped that in so that people don't get it mixed up.
Yeah, I intentionally try to deviate from that RVP lane because that is one particular angle Arsenal fans don't like.
Let's talk about Teddy Sheringham.
And he did everything. He also won the Premier League Golden Boot with at Tottenham Hotspur. So you also look at what he did there. Then he remains the oldest player to score in a Premier League game. He scored at over 40, there in England. So I think it's a wonderful time to celebrate the man Teddy Sheringham this morning.
Okay, great one. Ayobami Animashaun, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning to you, Tunde. Good morning to Faith. Good morning to the listener out there. Teddy Sheringham, what a fantastic player. I mean, the longevity obviously, made him an outstanding forward right there in the history of the English Premier League. Perhaps set a very good and interesting record that even the likes of Alan Shearer just couldn't match in terms of being the oldest goal scorer in the English Premier League. But regardless of that, he obviously stands as a legend of the league. Maybe a legend of Tottenham, like rightly said. Maybe as well a legend of Manchester United. I think United fans are actually just entitled to give that particular tag to whoever they deem fit, be it RVP, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Nani. But I think the bottom line is that footballers have come to stay in the English Premier League, and some have actually done that in some legendary style. And that's exactly why I'm actually tilting a little bit towards the line of Sadio Kun.
It's interesting. You mentioned Nani.
Yeah, Isn't he a Manchester United legend?
I'm thinking, if there's one club that suffered greatly in the hands of Nani.
Oh, I think that would be Arsenal.
Did they suffer more than Chelsea and Spurs at the hands of Nani?
Nani humiliated them in some games, trying to...
Maybe humiliated some of their players.
But so did Cristiano Ronaldo as well. I remember then, there was this funny GIF of Ronaldo and Ashley Cole while he was at Arsenal. That's I think about 15 years ago. No, you changed it.
You turned it to CR7.
You're talking about Arsenal players.
I remember Patrice Evra's statement.
Yes.
11 men against 11 boys. 11 babies.
Yeah, true that. And of course, I remember that funny and quite memorable 8-2 victory for United as well against Arsenal.
Tunde, man.
But I was actually let's not do this.
No, I was actually going to talk about Sadio. I was going to talk about Sadio Kun Aguero.
Suddenly making it look.
Today I was going to talk about Kun Aguero. I was going to talk about Kun Aguero.
Let's talk about Kun Aguero.
But you brought Arsenal back into it, and I don't know for whatever reason.
But now you're bringing points that are not nice.
Well, they are points and facts.
It's true. Today is Good Friday. Let's be good.
I hate to actually fall back to that. 8-2, right? But then Sadio Kun Aguero, the highest goal scoring foreigner in the English Premier League, and according to a report we are hearing, it seems that he's not even done with the EPL yet, even when his contract with Manchester City expires at the end of this current season. So you can imagine what
are you saying?
I'm simply insinuating that maybe the likes of Chelsea, maybe Tottenham as a potential replacement for Harry Kane should he leave this summer.
Do you see that happening? Aguero still staying in the EPL?
Well, according to
not just in England, in the EPL.
Yes.
don't.
If he's ever going to stay in England, only EPL can accommodate him. For someone of that quality.
Aguero want to stay in the EPL.
Well, 32 right now, it will be about the box for Aguero. So it's about whoever.
But it's not only in England you can get the box.
But if he's getting
the highest box is coming from
for
England.
me, I would have wished he leaves England. He left England as a matter of fact because he will go down as one of the greatest ever players. I think he will come in the same bracket as Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard, Alan Shearer,
Steven Gerrard,
Thierry Henry. Those greats that we've seen in the Premier League era as well. So maybe the best thing is for him to leave. But if Chelsea's coming with the money, he might just jump at it.
Well, when Rooney wasn't a one-club man even for an English team.
Exactly why you shouldn't really close the doors at Aguero in terms of joining another English Premier League club.
Okay, we'll wait to see what happens. Well, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will know their group opponent for the 2021 African Cup of Nations on June the 25th. The three-time African champions sealed a place in Cameroon last weekend. Gennett Ross charges were unbeaten in Group L with 4 wins and 2 draws, amassing 14 points. 23 teams have so far qualified for the biennial competition, which was postponed to 2022 due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. The last slot will be decided between the Lone Stars of Sierra Leone and Scorers of Benin Republic in June. The next AFCON will be staged in Cameroon between the 9th of January to February 6, 2022. I'd like to get your take on the statement by Gennett Ross that there isn't such a high likelihood of new players being invited into the team as we prepare for the AFCON. So let us take a listen to the manager, Gennett Ross, and then we'll get back to hear from AY and Faith.
The World Cup qualifiers will start soon, and I think we will be able to do well. You should expect a good football.
The training was okay. We had a long time to come here with the big traffic, but then the training was okay. We had 1 hour and 15 good work. Unfortunately, there is one player a little bit sick. This is Joe Aribo, has stomach problems. So we are not sure to make him play tomorrow. And we are also waiting for the result of the COVID test from Alex Iwobi. So Alex Iwobi, if he's negative, he can play. If not, we will play against this Henry on the left side, like we did the other day.
The World Cup qualifiers will start soon, and I think we will be able to do well. You should expect a good football again on a good pitch, I hope. And Lagos did very well, but still have to improve. Not easy because of the traffic. And we cannot try new players now. It's too late. Now it's becoming very serious World Cup qualification. The record of our results is very good. And I know that we are unbeaten away in all our away games in the qualifiers, which is wonderful. It is a record, and it's a nice one. We have to continue, and we want to be always the best.
Okay, Super Eagles technical advisor, Gennett Ross speaking there. Well, he talked about, how we, concluded the AFCON qualifiers and as we prepare for the World Cup qualification series. But let me get your take on the notion that we may not be seeing new players invited into the team, meaning that we should start to pin our hopes on the familiar faces. Well,
it is a bit of mixed feelings for me, because firstly, we all understand the fact that Roy is a bit pragmatic. He loves to actually work with players that he has repeatedly seen over the years, and of course this has been working so well for him, especially in qualifying series. But then the fact that you are shutting the doors at perhaps exciting new set of players who perhaps, late on this season or even at the start of next season go spring up with some vital performance.
But how exciting can you get that, it will catapult you from, nowhere? I mean, somebody who has not been part of the team into...
Sadiq Umar is such an exciting footballer at the moment. He's in red hot form for Almeria, Division 2 in the Spanish.
Will that be enough?
Well, he was invited actually. He was invited, but I think his club didn't release him. That's why he couldn't make the call up.
He plays in Division 2,
and he's in red hot form.
Red hot form in the Division 2.
Yes, listen. If indeed
it's like being red hot in the NNL in Nigeria.
But we understand. No, come on. Yeah, there's a bit of disparity in the level of quality of leagues right there. NNL and Division 2 in Spain. I mean,
but still Division 2. There are people playing in Division 1 all over.
Even in the current Super Eagles, we've got players in the Division 2. I think William Troost-Ekong plays for Watford, doesn't he?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
now,
in the Championship.
But William Troost-Ekong has been part of the team.
Yes.
For you to, come from outside,
yes,
it has to be something that is out of the world. Out of this world.
Listen, I just really hope that
so being red hot in the Spanish Division 2, I'm not sure it will be something classed as out of the world.
I think the best thing for a manager right now to show that he's actually serious. He's been with us for about 5 years now, so we shouldn't be chopping and changing right now. So it's the only logical thing to do. We are going into major competitions. We're looking at the African Cup of Nations coming up. The World Cup qualifying series is also there. So you look at all that. He should maintain what he already has, and then I know that's the only way you can show that you've actually been doing something serious with the Super Eagles. And let's see what you'll be able to do. You look at Sadiq Umar that AY was mentioning. Can he actually rival Victor Osimhen? Can he rival Paul Onuachu right now? So you look at all the other options. In all sincerity, maximum respect to them, but they cannot exactly usurp the boys that we already have in the team right now. So the best thing now is getting a fantastic working system for these boys, and then it's better to get the best out of these the already existing guys.
Okay, so we move on. The Confederation of African Football CAF is undergoing its third audit in 18 months. Okay, it seems we have a lot of unaccounted for.
No, I actually think this one is the right thing to do. It was actually moted or initiated by the new CAF Secretary General, that's Veron Mosengo Umba.
3 audits in 18 months.
No, I'm not talking about the previous one. I'm talking about the current one.
one.
It's a new set of CAF, exactly. So there's a need for them to audit what they met on ground and, of course, know what to actually plan with that.
Okay, we'll wish them all the best on this one. The rescheduled Euro 2020 tournament will run from June 11 to July 11 later this year. It's been confirmed, and it's going to be the first ever pan-European edition of the competition, and the final will be staged, at the iconic Wembley Stadium. Meanwhile, Juventus trio, Paul Dybala, Weston McKenzie, and Arthur could be set to face punishment after they broke COVID-19 regulations this week. They've already been fined by local authorities after staying late at McKennie's villa in Turin. Dybala has apologized for the incident, but said they were not attending a party. Well, Sergio Ramos, at the age of 35, is out of contract at the end of this season. He had a knee surgery on a torn meniscus in January, missing 10 games, and made his comeback in last month's 3-1 Champions League last 16 second leg victory over Atalanta. He's set for another spell on the sidelines and could miss crucial games against Liverpool and fierce rivals Barcelona on April 10. So, will anybody be willing to take a chance on Sergio Ramos, even at this stage, if he doesn't get a new deal at Real Madrid?
I bet so. Sergio Ramos is Sergio Ramos. Yes. In fact, I'm quite sure he would have a plethora of options because indeed at 35, he's not even playing as a 35-year-old. I think not until recent months, perhaps since the flip of the calendar to the start of 2021, that we started noticing a bit of injury records now. But I think before then, he has just been a phenomenal player for Real Madrid, and equally for Spain as well. So I think he's still got maybe about a year or two more left at the top level, and for a player like that of such a character and ultimately a big moment player as well, I'm not too sure he will be short of options should he decide to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Erling Braut Haaland's agent, Mino Raiola, has met with Barcelona and Real Madrid about a move for the Borussia Dortmund striker. So many clubs are going to be in the market for this guy. Let us take a quick break right now for the BBC Premier League update. By the time we return, we get on Twitter to see if we have a winner this morning, and then open the phone lines for you to, come play our 5,000 Naira game. If you're listening for the first time, these are the numbers: 0809 155 1055, 0805699868, or 0706939490. We'll be back after this break.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Paul Serres at the BBC Sports Centre. The Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says it's sad to hear that Sergio Aguero will be leaving Manchester City at the end of the season. Arteta says he hasn't spoken to the striker since the news was announced on Monday. He worked with Aguero when he was City's assistant manager and says the Argentine international has made an indelible mark at the club.
He's been probably the main face that has lifted that project. You need some leadership, you need some quality, you need players to create moments. It's his charisma, his personality, is the way he is. He's loved by everybody at that club. It's sad to see someone living like him, but I think what he's done, it will be there like history.
Arsenal are back in Premier League action on Saturday when they face Liverpool, and the champions have learnt today that the Real Madrid captain Sergio Ramos won't be facing them in either of the legs of their Champions League quarter-final. The Spanish international picked up a calf injury while on international duty this week. The Crystal Palace manager Roy Hodgson has played down any problems between himself and forward Michy Batshuayi. The striker claims there was a lack of trust from his club boss while on international duty with Belgium.
Well, I think it's fairly common criticism for players when they go away and play for their national team, although Michy only played 60 minutes, I think, in the 3 games. But they often then, if they're asked what's gone wrong, they praise the national team and criticise the club. It's a fairly common occurrence. But we know what Michy can do. We know that he's a goal scorer. It was good to see him score his goal. It was a very good goal too.
And for more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Okay, great to have you back. You're welcome from the BBC Premier League updates. Interestingly, we had a deal last week that I'm also going to be throwing questions at Faith Ayobami and possibly Sheye in the studio this morning. But first, let us serve you. By the way, we have a winner on Twitter. But we're trying to sort out the first person, actually. So we'll definitely be getting in touch on Twitter to the winner. Hello, what do we have here? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, you're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Aziz from Abeokuta.
Okay, Aziz, let's have your number.
Number 3.
Number 3 this morning. Who is the team manager or coordinator of the Super Eagles?
Team manager.
You can also use team coordinator, so we don't get it twisted, so you don't think it's gonna draw.
Joseph Yobo.
Sorry? Joseph Yobo. That's your answer, right?
Yes.
That's incorrect. His name is actually Patrick Pasca. He was in the news, during the week. Do we have somebody else on the line? You guys are giving away cheap questions. Hello, good morning.
Good morning today.
Yes, good morning.
Samson.
Okay, Samson from
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. When will this year's French Open start?
July.
July what?
July 7th.
July 7th. That's your answer?
Yes.
Well, the correct answer is May 17.
That was even mentioned earlier today.
Yes. What's going on, guys? Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Tunde.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Joseph from Woolworth.
Joseph. Okay, let's have your number. 1-3 gone.
2.
Number 2. Okay, now this is as straightforward as it gets, and I trust you've won severally on this program, so you shouldn't fall my hand on this. And you are possibly going to be our last caller today. State the respective weight category of Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, and Francis Ngannou in the UFC.
Francis Ngannou, UFC 260, heavyweight.
Okay.
Kamaru Usman, UFC 259, middleweight.
That's for Kamaru Usman?
Yes.
Middleweight.
Yes.
Okay.
Israel Adesanya, UFC 258, lightweight.
Lightweight for Israel Adesanya. I'm sorry, that's not correct. Israel fights in the middleweight. Kamaru in the welterweight, and you only got the one from Ghana right in the heavyweights. Okay, it is what it is. Well, maybe I should start with Shaya this morning. Shaya, it's been so.
Can you do it with your phone, Shaya?
I'm going to make it very easy for you.
Okay, remember he's a football lover.
I'm even going to make it very easy because he's a Chelsea fan.
Okay.
So, tell me Nicolas Anelka's jersey number while he was playing for Chelsea.
You guys to be kidding me. Shaya, you have to be kidding me.
39.
No, 1 million.
Can you imagine?
Are you kidding?
It's 5K. Okay, maybe I should be asking. Let me come to my friends in the studio. Since it's Good Friday, you guys now, what do we do?
I don't know. It's just a question. Come on.
Okay, let me start with AY. How many people did we have in the stadium? You know, when the Super Eagles play Lesotho?
8,000.
8,000.
Yes, that's it.
All together, everybody.
How am I supposed to know? Okay, yeah, it is 8,072 people.
8,072.
Yes.
You and I will count together after the show.
Of course.
If you get it right.
No, are we going to count?
Don't worry. Just leave that to me. So what am I supposed to do with Faith this morning?
He actually got 39.
Yeah, got it 39.
So
that means 39.
Yeah.
That means he will get his money.
For confirming, I think I should.
No, I confirm.
You better get your own question.
Okay, let's go.
When was the last home game of Manchester United that had fans?
Today, why?
Sometime in
why?
March. March 2020.
Sometime in March?
March 2020. I think March 8th or thereabout.
I think it was against West Ham.
Match what?
I think it was against
8.
just to a club.
Okay. So that's it. We leave on Sports Bank right now. What Sport will be here tomorrow at 12:30. Have a great Saturday. Congrats to Shea. Bye-bye.
Here is
105.5.
Accessing
105.5.
one station, all the hits.
105.5. Splash. Splash FM 105.5.
Madam, as you go so, just dey go. When you reach that junction, turn left, then go straight, then turn right. Waka go straight. You go see one bridge. Now stop, just go small. When you pass the bridge small, one
Conductor, is it still Obalende you're describing?
There's a simple way out. Even with banking, you can now send money and pay bills with Stanbic IBTC 3S banking.
Madam, oh, you Obalende dey go. See that bridge? Now Obalende be that.
SMS help to 30909 to get the simple way out now. Stanbic IBTC. It can be.